had some words prepared, but who knows where they are. So I will just kind of wing it a little bit. Thank you all for coming to the 9th Annual Abington Heights New Playwrights Festival. Thank you for braving the weather and braving my neuroses to try to keep you all here against your will. But thank you for staying, and hopefully this is passed. Really quickly, just before we get started, I was told by some parents that apparently, the boulevard, there's some flooding issues and some things that are down, tree limbs and things. So just obviously, please be careful when you're leaving. So like I said, hopefully by 9 o'clock at the latest, I think we'll be out. There's no intermission tonight, so we'll just run by the order in which the program states. There are programs out on the table. If you didn't get a chance to grab one, you want to grab one at some point, please do so. Everything you see here tonight was created by the students that you see down here in front of you, and a few also who could not make it this evening. These are all student-written, student-directed, and student-performed. I basically, oh my God. Just flash flood warning still, it's cool. Not cool, but you know what I mean. So, again, I do very little, I just kind of organize and facilitate. This festival doesn't exist without them. Every year, it's a question mark on my calendar. If I don't get scripts, if I don't get poems, if I don't get monologues, then this doesn't happen. And for 9 years, now I've gotten them. And every year, it's a mystery, and it's magic when they come in. And I read through them, and the ones that I think are worthy of being up here, I pick. And it's not everybody's, so everybody's that I read does not get an automatic pass to be on stage. These are truly worthy of being on stage. And the great part about it is when I first read them, I have no idea what they're going to look like or sound like when people start actually performing them. And they're so much better than what I imagined in my brain when I first read through them. So the actors really need to be commended as well for turning those writers' words into magic that you'll see tonight. So again, I thank them so much because without them, I couldn't do this, and this is a big part of my calendar year that I really look forward to every year. So thank you to all of you for continuing to let me and help me do this program and keep it alive. So everyone else, there is one other further announcement. There is just two small changes to the program. One of the monologues, entitled Visions, will not be performed tonight. Unfortunately, one of the actors has to work. They came up last minute, so that will be skipped. And the other small change is the role of the announcer in our final show of the evening, called Broadcast Your Wealth Emotional, will be performed by Sawyer Rippon, the writer himself. So you will get to hear his lovely voice. Yes? Scripts? Yes. Also, thank you for that. Again, as I mentioned before, this is a process. It's a long process, and it's so student-driven that we don't have many rehearsals here scheduled, with me, because I want it to be on their time, on their terms. Some of them are doing 3 or 4 shows that you will see tonight. So if everything that you see tonight is not perfectly polished, if some students have scripts on stage, don't think that wasn't to be expected on my part. Some of the students have worked really hard over these last 5-6 weeks to get off book, as we call it, to have their lines memorized. And some of them you will see have done that. Some of them you will see have halfway done that. And some of them will have a script on stage as a security blanket. And whether they have a script on stage or not, the important thing tonight is to hear these writers' words, because it's a Playwrights Festival, if nothing else. And we want to hear the writers' words as they were originally intended. So if you do see any scripts on stage, again, that is certainly nothing to be concerned about. They've worked as hard as they can to do as much as they can for all of us in the past few weeks. So again, thank you to everyone. Have a wonderful evening.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, how absurd.
Mm-hmm. We'd never fight like that.
Exactly. Now then, who's hungry?
Dad, can you pass me a plate?
Of course.
Oh, and Jamie, could you pass out the napkins?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, seeing as how I paid for it.
Oh, you paid for it. I think we paid for it.
Yeah, sure, honey, of course. But, you know, I do more work.
What was that?
Nothing, sweetie.
Remember that one time when you were coming home from work and were pulled over? You were so drunk that when you rolled down the window, you said, "Good evening, help you. How may I, officer?" That story alone should prove that I should get the last slice.
Oh, come on. Like, you've never done something embarrassing.
I'm as clean as a whistle.
Oh, yeah. How was one time in college?
Not in front of the kids.
If you guys can't decide, then I'll just take a slice.
Whoa. Slow your roll. Why do you get the last slice?
Well, I was the one who wanted pizza to begin with, so it only makes sense that I should get the slice.
Again,
We
paid for it.
Okay, yeah, whatever. That's irrelevant. I have 4th period lunch. 4th! Do you realize how hungry I am by the time I get home?
I think we all remember that one time when you thought your sister's leg was a chicken wing.
Mom, you know we don't like to talk about that.
Oh, yes, let's talk about it. Oh, so pleasant topic. There I was, just sitting there doing my homework, and then this fiend comes up and bites my leg.
Stop it!
I still have the bite marks. Seriously, Alex, do you really need that last slice?
Oh, that is it.
Girl, stop it. Girl, stop it. Hey! Don't make me get your father. Wait a minute, where is your dad?
Yeah, where is he? Oh, Alex, you're the reason Dad left.
Hey, relax. I just had to grab and use the bathroom. Come on, would you guys ever think I just unbelieve you guys about saying anything?
That's weird, your hands don't seem wet.
Oh, well, you know me, very good at drying my hands.
Yeah, I didn't hear any flush either.
Okay, I give up. I snuck to the bathroom, tried to order my pizza for you guys.
Oh, that's great. So where is it?
That's the thing.
What?
I kind of dropped the phone in the toilet.
Oh, that's okay. You can use mine.
It was yours?
What? Why do you always do this to me?
Oh, I always do this to you.
Asking me to put it in the toilet? Are you freaking insane?
Oh, that's only like I meant to do that.
I can't hear your voice one more second. I swear
Oh,
to God.
you can hear my second. I can't hear your second.
Of course.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's a nice alternative.
Wait, stop! Where did the slice go?
It was right there. You probably took it.
No, but there's paw prints.
Oh, no. I let backstrap his pen before I went to use the bathroom.
Get that dog!
I don't get scared by much. I lived during a period of time that was cruel to many and kind to few. It was hard to imagine, but we came through anyway. We learned to accept the imperfections of the world and the harsh realities, and we muddled through. That was all changing when I discovered the harsh world of the 2000s. The sidewalk was swarmed with people who were all on their phones, some taking slow strides and some moving fast, but they were all eyes glued to the screen. It makes me think back to the times that I spent walking on the sidewalk with my friends. We were having a carefree conversation. It wasn't much, but it meant so much. We were genuinely communicating and making connections. My eyes continued to scan the massive crowd, and I noticed that everyone, no matter where, were not actually engaging with each other. They were ignoring their friends, partners, and even their children. They walked next to each other, but not together. It seems as if they were in a world of their own. I wanted to have faith that the world would change, and that positive things would happen. The world is always evolving and always growing. Yes, it is faster, and yes, it is smarter. But at what cost? How much did it take that this is what 2019 has come to? I passed about 12 coffee shops before I stopped at the 13th one, as I always do. Every person imaginable was there, and it made me happy to think that each of these people had an amazing story to offer, an amazing thing to give to the world. I decided that 2019 was bittersweet. It made me happy that there were so many people and so many things, but it made me sad that genuine communication puzzled a person. Progression continues, but that's not a bad thing. You must decide if that progression will lead to genuine progress or destruction. I think I have a better feeling now, though.
I need to speak with you. Please enter.
What is it? I can tell something's troubling you. You know you could tell me anything, right?
You know I respect you, right?
Of course, you're about to marry me after all.
Well, there are some things that we must discuss. Firstly, your reports from my time away are troubling.
What do you mean? They were fine.
There was a fight in our street, Lucas. There are never fights in our street.
I can't control that. I'm not the police. I'm not in charge of that.
Being a ruler is more than just being, I'm in charge of this or that. It's about being a leader and taking charge when things are going wrong. No one would dare try a stunt like that if I was here, because they know I do not tolerate such barbaric behavior within the city walls. They know if anything disrupts the peace, I would summon my guard in less time than it takes a heart to beat.
You didn't tell me that.
I should not have to.
All right, fine. What else do you need?
Well, there is one other matter we must discuss. Please sit.
I have a feeling this is more serious.
As you are well aware, I've been self-reflecting a lot about our marriage.
Yeah, you overthink things a lot.
Lucas, this is not a time for japes. I know you use humor to cope with anxious feelings, but there's a time and a place for that, and this is not it.
I'm sorry.
I do respect your strength. I hope you realize that.
I respect you too, but what's wrong? You're clearly upset about something.
I cannot marry you, Lucas.
What? Why? You said you loved me.
Tis more complicated than that. Compatibility is more than complex than just love, Lucas.
Roosevelt, you're supposed to be smart, but this doesn't make any sense.
We are not compatible. I have tried to love you in a way a wife should, but I cannot. You are a kind and wonderful friend and companion. We have protected each other through all we've been through.
How do you not love me? You said you did. You're a liar.
It is.
I know. Complicated. I thought this was real. I needed someone. After Lily and everything that happened, I needed you, Roosevelt, and you let me down.
Lucas, it is not personal. Truly, my condolences regarding your sister. I know it was difficult for you. However, my feelings have not changed, and that is the problem.
How is that a problem? What the hell are you talking about?
My feelings for you have always been purely a comrade, a friend. I agreed marrying you because I thought it would fulfill the duty of becoming the queen of this land. However, throughout our engagement, my feelings have remained to be solely as of comrade in arms. I have never loved a man in my life. I knew not how that would feel, and it seems I never will.
How have you not loved someone before? I've had my share of young romances, but how have you never felt that?
I am not sure. As I have previously said, I know not loving in someone in the way that feels.
So you let me on? Is that what you're telling me?
I would never do something like that for you on purpose. Please, I feel guilt enough already. If you would allow me to—
No! Don't bother talking to me again. You're lucky I'll still fight for you. No, not for you. For the unified kingdom. Have a nice life.
You told him? You told him everything?
He would not give me a moment to explain fully, and I could not find the words to explain fully enough.
Well, if he didn't understand, then that's his problem. And if you want, I'll go knock some sense into him.
He will never speak to me again.
Well, listen. If you want, I'll always have your back. And it is my job, after all.
Please, just the former. You know how I dislike violence. And I do understand why he's cross with me. Thank you, Iris. I do not know what I would do without you.
Well, if he really cares about you, and I believe he does, then he will definitely understand. How about I go give him a hard time about making our princess cry?
Back to the water. Back to the water. Submerging, surging, silence. Enveloped in the cold embrace. Down, down, down. We drift on the undertow, slipping, sliding, serenity. Up, up, up. We fill our lungs with air. Emerging, escaping, embracing. Fears. Sitting, surrounded by those who you cherish. One blink, one word, one left. Now all you see is yourself, sitting, surrounded. Millions of eyes, millions of whispers. You cannot hear. What are they saying? Spraying words of lies, deceit? Standing, falling, nothing. Fears.
Okay, Abby, we have 75 tickets. Go see what you want.
There, I want that big stuffed animal.
Okay.
Sorry. You don't have enough tickets to get that. With the tickets you have, you can pick from the items over here.
The only thing in there is a shoelace, a spider ring, a Chinese finger trap, and a toothpick?
Oh, sorry, sir. Yeah, you can pick those items over there.
You know, that's ridiculous! We have played over 20 games for an hour and a half. We should be able to get more. How many tickets for the stuffed animal?
That's 3,000 tickets, sir.
I am not wasting any more time on tickets. How much?
3,000 tickets.
No, how much money? Money.
3,000 tickets.
How much can I buy the animal for?
Bless you.
Oh. Sorry, sir. We have a strict policy where we can only exchange tickets for prizes.
Are you kidding me? What does each ticket equal, like a penny? How about like $30?
3,000 tickets.
That's ridiculous! Let me see your manager.
Yes, sir.
Not so tough now.
I want the stuffed animal!
Don't worry, Abby. We will get you the stuffed animal. We are not leaving until you get the stuffed animal. Aren't I the greatest dad? Ow! Oh my! Why couldn't it have been your mother's week?
What?
Nothing.
Hello, sir. My name is Brad. How may I help you?
What are you doing? I said to get the manager.
Yes, sir. I am the store's manager. What seems to be the problem?
I don't have time for these little games. How much can I get the animal for?
That's 3,000 tickets.
What is with you people? I just would like to purchase the animal.
That'll be 3,000 tickets.
Please. Please, it's for my little girl.
Quite the sweet thing. Let me talk to my employee. I think we could work something out.
See, Abby, they're going to do something extra special just for you. Aren't I the greatest?
I mean, I guess, but Jared lets me drive his Porsche.
What? You're only 8, and he takes your mom so many places. How does he have enough money for that?
Because Jared has a real job.
Well, I have a real job too. And one day I'll take you, and you know what that means? Free chicken nuggets!
Yay! Thank you, Daddy!
All right, sir. After talking to my manager, we've decided to work something out.
Well, that's awesome.
You can have this toy for 75 tickets.
Oh, mother! Oh, son of a biscuit-eating bulldog! Czechoslovakian deep-fried ant farm with a stick in a basket! You! What game are you playing?
The games aren't here, sir. The games are over in that direction.
No! Stop! I'm going online, and I'm going to find the real manager, and we are going to have a serious talk.
Did he take the offer? No, but he said he's gonna email the real managers, so expect an email. People are so frustrating. Yeah.
The Undone World. A golden ray breaks through the decaying roof, a spotlight on the abandoned world, shining onto the gray ghost of a once thriving theater. The dance of the bustling walkways? Silenced. The roaring applause of the busy streets? Canceled. Hundreds of emerald vines climb to the roof, a race to the finish line. Nature reclaiming its land. The warped trees bursting through the hollowed windows, the shine of jagged glass. Children of light running through the forest of abandonment. Signatures of past inhabitants, signs breaking down, creating new names and symbols. Graffiti-covered buildings, creating a collage of culture. A Kelly green haze covers the remnants of civilization. The once wild world, turned mechanic, returns to its roots. Tundra. The snow is brushing against her feet as she makes her way towards the top of the hill. Crunch, crunch, crunch. In the distance above the small incline, she sees the sun peeking over the horizon. Here, she thinks, this is the perfect spot. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Constellations dot the sky from 1,000,000 miles away, like tiny gems lining an exquisite piece of jewelry. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Swirls of vibrant reds, violets, and blues splash across the sky like a divine painting. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Finally, at the top, she throws her mat against the ice and begins her peaceful meditation with the stars, the snow, and the rising sun.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. Oh, you got a lot of stuff here.
I don't know how much of it I'll be able to hold on to.
Well, do you want help carrying any of this?
No, I'm just waiting for someone.
Oh, all right. Are these zinnias? They're my favorite annual.
They're a pleasant flower. They attract a lot of good things in nature, too. You know, hummingbirds and butterflies.
No. Good luck in your...
They grow back even after they've been cut at the base.
Uh-huh.
I had to transplant this one, but it seems to be doing well.
Uh-huh.
And they require a lot of sunlight, but they do well in most conditions. And they're a good dry flower, too, you know, for decorating and stuff like that.
Do you do lots of floral arrangements?
Not really. I had to get the zinnia I needed the zinnia, and now everything I know about the flower is just bouncing around in my head. Zinnias are also called youth and old age. I think it's funny, don't you?
What? Oh, yeah. Why are they called that?
You see how the flower has lots of layers of petals? Well, the innermost layer looks like a new flower blooming out of the old one.
Oh, yeah, I see it. You know, my grandparents, they used to have a garden with at least a couple dozen types of flowers. Well, hearing someone talk about zinnias is something I haven't had the pleasure of hearing in a while.
I only know so much from somebody that I used to be close with. I'm not really sure if it was her favorite flower, but she always had a lot to say about it. It's a beautiful day today.
Yeah, it's nice. It's gotten pretty cold in the last hour or so, though. Maybe it's supposed to rain.
It is. Have you read?
Have I read?
God, I'm sorry. Have you read anything recently? Good?
Like a book?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. I'm sorry. I've been sitting here all morning and I haven't had a normal conversation in forever.
It seems like you've been waiting for a while.
I've just been so scared. I'm not really sure how long I've been waiting. What time is it?
It's 10:48.
Muriel said that girl would be here today, which is convenient because this is my point of departure.
Oh, you don't mean the bus stop down Lincoln Avenue. That's like a mile away.
Oh no, I'm being picked up here. Or ascending. I'm not really sure, I've never died before.
Oh, what?
I'm not crazy. Don't go.
You said it's gonna rain soon and I forgot my umbrella. I should probably
Listen, you don't have to believe me. I don't believe me. I don't want to be here. I just need someone to talk to.
You know, I could stick around for a while. I've been trying out jogging and it hasn't been going too well.
You'll get through it.
So, how exactly did you die?
I died in that car crash off I-95.
That's not the one off the news.
How should I know?
Are you conning me or something?
What?
You're obviously not from that car crash.
I'm not asking for anything, and I'm not trying to deceive you. I just needed the Zinnia, and if she isn't here, then I don't know.
If you're dead, then why are you here? And why are Zinnias so important?
When I died, the spirit named Muriel came to me and said that I had 7 hours to gather some belongings and that I could choose one thing to give to one person. So here I am, my last earthly moments trying to pin down this girl to say goodbye.
Why a flower to a girl? Why not a note to family or something?
I don't know what I would say. I don't know if I have anything to say. 7 hours left on Earth, and all I can think about is this stupid flower and this girl that I haven't even seen in 5 years. And I think I'm down to an hour now. I don't even know.
Well, I think Zinnias are an excellent goodbye present. I just don't understand why they're so important.
I never got to help her. And I thought that maybe if I left her something that she could, remember me by, even for just a little bit, that maybe she'd see me again in her memories.
And what if she doesn't show up? Well, I didn't know you could take belongings with you into the afterlife.
Neither did I. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with all of it, though. A couple hours ago, I was trying to cram everything I own into these bags, and honestly, it just hurts to carry it all.
Perhaps you don't need to.
What time is it?
It's nearly 11.
Why don't you take these?
Are you sure?
I mean, you seem to appreciate them, and I think you're right, too, about the luggage. I mean, I'm dead, for Christ's sake. What am I going to do with all this stuff wherever I'm going? Oh, I don't know if I have time to return it all, though. Would you do me a favor?
What is it?
Would you take this stuff to my house? My parents live downtown, and you could just tell them that it was my stuff in my dorm or something. My address is on the tag.
Yeah. Your name is Len Levi?
Mm-hmm.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Len.
Imperialism. A fledgling flying to the sky, and a wind blowing softly. The bird has wings and freedom only, and the wind gets stronger, just like it's whispering threats, quietly. The young bird doesn't know how to persevere. The wind is simply a savage. Foreign countries trying to grow, slowly. But the U.S. has power, wisdom, and money. If you have the best economy and military, you can gain the control of the world, easily. The bird is fluttering against the wind, fearlessly. The weather is cold, and the bird is scared, incredibly. Tons of burdens, heavy. The small bird doesn't know how to fight. The wind is wild. Destroying people's culture and independency, using them as slaves, unfairly. Economic growth and improved education. Is it called imperialism? The callow bird is dead. World. What is the world? Is Is it comprised of mellifluous tones and flowers? Or made up of skyscrapers and towers? How about the flowers in the garden? Are we the roses, tulips, and daisies, or clouds and skies that are darkened? Well, maybe we're all of the above, and even beyond. We're the skies, flowers, trees that make life mesmerizing. And when we come together to make a difference, it's even more surprising to see what gardens can bring to the table. And believe me, this is more than just a fable.
years. 17 years, and you would think I would have my life together by now. That I could get up and go to school at a reasonable time, and maybe go to bed before the early hours of the next day. Within the next year, I have to plan out my whole life course. Apply to colleges, get accepted to go there, and then spend thousands of dollars, and then maybe I'll be set. That is the sickest joke under the sun because, you know, hello, student loans. I've had my whole life course planned out that was forced upon me when I was younger because of the opportunities that were set for me. Those opportunities were filled by other individuals that had the same thing. I feel like I'm carrying a million things that I keep dropping, a vicious cycle. I'm not the only one that feels that way. Talk to other kids. We all hide the fact that everything seems to be the struggle. That there are things that we think that others won't understand. The smiles and light conversations cover it up. I think that the other is doing great and handling life a lot better than I am, so I pretend that I'm doing just as well. I pretend that there's not a constant weight of social norms, grades to achieve, looks to aspire to, and an appearance of a Class A family. I pretend that I did not just bomb Kim, and even if it did, I would not let it affect the way I see myself. I pretend that my car did not run out of gas the other morning and I was late and had to try to explain to kids who don't care about the 3-cent difference from one gas station to the next. Quite honestly, we are all not that different. We are all humans constantly bragging for a better version of ourselves. Sometimes that expectation bleeds on to the next. It has taken me a long time to understand this simply complicated, ridiculous statement. I have spent the last 3 years dedicating my life to learn how to love myself and find my own self-worth. It started after a tragic eye-opener, and it doesn't happen overnight. After 3 years, I still have to convince myself that the bed is a comfort and not a prison. 3 years, and sometimes I still make bad first judgments. 3 years, and I still allow people to walk all over me. 3 years, and I understand that I am human. I have emotions. I am a mess. I make mistakes. I have come to learn that I will never walk in someone else's shoes, and they will never walk in mine.
Okay, so you're here because a teacher gave you detention. Now, all those rules about being quiet and all that crap do not apply while I'm here, because that's not how I run things. Instead, I have books about different things that you can learn, so as long as you learn something and you don't act like jerks, then you're free to go early. Any questions? Of course not. You're all too tired to even speak this early in the morning.
Good morning, Baltimore. Every day's like an open door.
Miss Blythe Sheridan, why did you start singing?
Me? Did I start singing?
Yes. Now take a seat. Let's see what we have on the bookshelf.
Hey, why are you late? I'm late for a very important date. Sorry, I knew detention was at 6, but as soon as I walked into the building, this one song came onto my playlist and I could not stop singing along. Now, what are you doing here? Well, let's just say I've got anger issues. There was this one teacher who would not stop talking about her ex-boyfriend, and I kind of lost it. I'm Blythe. What's your name? Ashley. Now, that singing thing, is that why you're here?
For repeatedly disrupting class lectures. Yes. Now, excuse me, why were you two talking?
I'm sorry, Miss Carlisle. She was asking me questions and
It seems to me like someone doesn't want to learn today.
Well, she was the one who kept going on about why she's here and wanted to know why I'm here. Then don't ask me in the first place. That's all I ask of you.
Well, all I ask of you two is to please be quiet. Now, who wants to learn about Mount Fuji? It's from Japan.
It's from Japan! Yeah, she just said that.
Okay, I guess since you already know about Mount Fuji, we can learn about the different gravities on planets.
It's time to try gravity. My little sister plays this all the time at home. She's so weird.
Ashley, that wasn't very nice. You are in so much trouble, my friend.
I say trouble, my friend. Right here in River City. Trouble with capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool.
Blythe, honey, you know we're in Clark Summit, right? Anyways, who wants to learn about how to make mermaid marshmallow pie?
Sugar, butter, flour.
Yes, those are the ingredients for a pie.
With a truly flaky crust, filled with a pillow of gorgeous marshmallow pie pudding, and a layer of freshly whipped coconut cream, topped with pink and green mini marshmallows, and sweet shredded cocoa.
Great, sweetie. Okay, how about we talk about Hans Christian Andersen? We could look at the Snow Queen.
Let it go, let it go. Are you kidding me? She gets to sing Frozen, but I can't speak passionately about pies. What is wrong with you?
Hey, I can't control what comes out of her mouth. How about we talk about the French Revolution.
Do you hear the people sing?
Okay, no. We are not talking about Les Mis. It makes me want to cry.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
So sorry about that. How about the newsboy strike of 1899?
Now is the time to seize the day. What? I want you to tell me more about the strike.
Great. Okay, so the strike began once Pulitzer and several other newspaper companies raised the price of 100 bundle of newspapers to the end of the sentence is smudged a little.
Well, why don't you go and look it up? The poor guy's head is spinning. Miss Carlisle, how many more minutes do we have until the end of this class?
Well, first off, this isn't class, it's detention. And second off,
525,600 minutes. How do you measure a
year? Okay. Well, classes are 40 minutes and detention is double that. So 520 whatever is far too much. Why on earth would you sing about...
I'm sorry, Miss Carlisle, but I don't know what lesson there is that can keep my mouth shut.
Well, I don't know either, but let me look. What about Macbeth?
May I use the restroom, please?
Yes, fine. If you have to go, just go.
Into the woods I have to go. I hate to leave, I have to go. She's gone.
Is there anything that girl cannot sing along to by just mentioning one word?
I know. Nobody else does this but her.
What are we going to do?
Well, I think the best thing we can do is just sit quietly and do nothing.
No. You millennials forget that I was in high school too, okay? I've had my fair share of detentions. Don't ask. I am not torturing you by sitting in silence.
Well, it's not like she's going to burst through the door at any second. Michael makes an entrance. Hey guys, I was just in the audience thinking, this is pretty good for a school play. And then I was like, this is way too good for a school play. They've all been scripted, right?
Whoa. We're in a classroom. We're not in the school play.
But we are in the auditorium. Right now, we are standing on stage with curtains to the sides and hundreds of seats in front of us, which may or may not be filled with people gawking at us right now. So technically, it is an auditorium.
Right, but was that monologue really necessary?
Forget that. Did you just call yourself Michael? Also, who's been squibbed?
It's from Japan.
You already freaking sang that. I'm sorry. I guess I can't help myself. Theater is my life. It's a musical, and nothing's as amazing as a musical. But you can't just turn everything into High School Musical. What time is it? It's summertime. It's our vacation. Also, how do you know about High School Musical? Who hasn't heard of it? I mean, look at Zax. I mean, God. Why don't you talk about normal crap, like going to the mall or the new album by Lady Gaga? On the outside, I was looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass and waving the window.
Blythe, we're in an auditorium where there are no windows.
Everything's coming up rose. Everything's coming up roses. It's time for me, 'cause anything goes. With a performance like this, I guess so. I believe that the Lord God created the universe. I believe that He sent His only Son to die for my sins.
Amen, sister.
Tomorrow, I'll love ya. Tomorrow. Great job, sweetie. You are so good at messing up my name. Are you out of your mind? Well, you're the biggest blame fool in the jungle of Noel, and I don't care who I tell. How dare you calling me the biggest blame fool? I should be the last person you're talking to about this musical theater garbage. But you're the only other student here right now, and all of that jazz. You know what? I'm just going to tune you out if that's okay. Not with that cell phone, you're not. That is very disrespectful to the performance. Like anybody follows the rules these days. Are we going to have a problem here? You've got a bone to pick. We've come so far. Why now are you pulling on me? You're the one causing problems here with your own musical jukebox. How do I solve a problem like Maria?
Excuse me, my name's Maria.
Maria? I just met a girl named Maria. Wow, I'm so much better than before. But if I were a rich man, can you please be quiet so I can try and learn something from this teacher who probably doesn't even want to be here right now?
You know, you're not wrong, Ashley. I myself am not a morning person. So, how about we learn about Alexander Hamilton?
Please, for the love of God, please know anything but. Alexander Hamilton. My name is Alexander Hamilton. Oh my God, just shut up. I've had it with your singing. I haven't even learned a damn thing in this class.
Detention.
Whatever. Class, detention, whatever.
It's detention, and you just earned yourself another by talking back to the teacher.
Well, I don't care. Just get out. But you don't understand. Yeah. Because we don't listen to that stuff and worship it like you do. Are you sure? Of course. But I'm sorry.
I just don't know what to say when things don't go my way, and it's not easier at home either. Well, you could stop. Just listen. Believe it or not, I'm just as geeky and excited about this stuff as you are, but I don't want anyone else to know.
Really? Because I think that musicals are the only escape from reality when the going gets tough. I mean, don't be ashamed of who you are, because you just made a friend or something just like you.
You're right, Blythe. And guess what?
I'm not throwing away my shot. I'm not throwing away my shot. Ayo, I'm just like my country, I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot.
'Cause I am the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17, oh yeah. You can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life.
Get ready for me, love, 'cause I'm a comer. I simply gotta march, my heart's a drummer.
Nobody, no, nobody is gonna rain on my parade.
Chaos is the continuing cycle, spinning through the mind. The moment after you say something and immediately regret it. It's the moment when you watch somebody react to a joke you just said and the pity laugh after. It's when you've asked somebody what they just said at least 5 times now and you just nod your head and laugh and hope it wasn't something tragic. It's especially chaotic when it was something tragic, and now you just seem cold and totally rude. It's the staying up until 2 in the morning because your brain just won't be quiet. It's the moment after you realize that you aren't friends anymore, when the old jokes just aren't funny anymore. It's the moment when they become annoying and you know there's no going back. It's the sinking feeling when you know you've been caught doing something bad and you know you can't talk your way out of it. The moment you know you're stuck. It's also the moment when you realize your headphones aren't in your backpack, or when you completely forgot to do your homework, or when you slip on ice and fall when everyone's watching. It's also all of the good chaos. The moment when you and somebody else just click. When the person you've been waiting for to text back texts back. Or that moment at a concert when the lights go out and the audience erupts and screams. It's the rush of feeling when you finally see that artist you've been listening to for years is in front of you and real. I live for those moments of little chaos, bad and good. Of course, I prefer the good, but I need the bad in order to fully appreciate the good. Besides, life would be boring without a little chaos.
I like the kinks in your hair. I like the way your pin-straight hair falls over your shoulders. You have beautiful, silky hair, but you can't wear it like that. That's black girl hair. And sushi doesn't make you ethnic. You're just trying too hard. And you're too white to wear a headscarf. Your bandeau knots and dreads are cultural appropriation. Starbucks makes you look gay. You're Asian. You cannot be done. We are drifting through an ocean. An ocean that used to be ongoing, no end. We saw opportunity and beauty, but now we are surrounded by sharks of hate. Lost in our own self-defeat, we bonded with those who looked like us. We created these communities, these judgmental, exclusive communities. I had a dream the other night of a man. His skin dark and clear, his voice filled with passion, love running from the veins beneath his skin, but people didn't want to look deeper than his skin. They said, "It's too dark, I can't see," but I could see his love. I could hear his passion and his message. His skin was not too dark. It was kissed from the sun, much more than mine. He wasn't the first one who was too dark. He isn't the last. He was different, though. His eyes, his soul, his mind proved him to be different. His name was Martin Luther King Jr. And rather, for waiting for the sharks to go hungry and fighting their hate with violence, he had other plans. His kind and gentle Aurora begged for common ground and understanding. His words of love flew through the air like a Cupid's bow. He brought brown, yellow, black, all races and religions together. They stood listening. They made a new ocean, an ocean of love and acceptance, allowed for peace to reign over. His work changed the world. It changed the built-up anger into love, the fighting to peace. Martin talked about one thing, his dream. His dream that children of all backgrounds playing together and holding hands. A beautiful dream, one I find myself dreaming of. Although children may have an untainted view of the world, the adults, teens, all suffer from their built communities, hidden away from each other, tearing each other apart because they are offended that others are practicing their trends, tearing each other apart because ugly racist jokes are hilarious in awkward situations, tearing each other apart because that's just what you do. 55 years ago, a brilliant man stood before a crowd and told them that love has no boundary of color, religion, or class. His dream inspired and still inspires, but where did his dream go? Why are we still fighting each other? Why are men and women of color targeted by police brutality? Why, when I walk into a convenience store in southern Georgia, the head turns at me with disgusted looks and rude comments? Why does a woman practicing her religious beliefs by wearing a hijab get called a terrorist on the street when her family was killed back in her home country by the same ones we all fear? Why when you see a homeless man walking on the street, do you assume it was their fault to be put in that situation? Why do you think a person who tried to kill themselves ended up in a mental institution is crazy and selfish? And why do you think that you're better than any of them? Martin Luther King Jr. preached nothing but love and respect, an understanding of each other, and the ability to coexist. But 55 years later, we still are on the same journey. Our judgments are still as brutal, and we are reverting back to our segregated ways. Where will we meet in the middle, accept and embrace each other? How long will it be until we can sit down and have a conversation about the improvement in the world? When we can say another's race as a describing feature and not a racial slur? Why is it that generations later, children are learning that the color of skin matters and that two colors equate to two different worlds? We scream at each other and say, "You don't understand, you don't know my struggle." But you're right. I haven't walked a lifetime in your shoes. You haven't walked a lifetime in mine. I don't know why you shut down when people mention certain things. But don't act like because you know what school I attended and the clothes I wear that you know my struggles in life, or hers, or his, or anyone else's. We may not understand each other's life stories, but why don't you sit down? Sit down and break the walls that were built up from communities long ago. Let us speak the truths about the world, understand each other, find common ground the man in my dreams spoke of. We've been letting this hatred take over for too long. Take my hand, and we will intertwine the fingers that belong to the cultures and religions of the world. We will create an ocean like the one that flowed in front of the Lincoln Memorial 55 years ago. And we can flood it with the love, passions, and new hopes and dreams. So take my hand, shed the old hatreds and burdens off our back, and together we can make Martin Luther King's dreams come true. Gray. What shade does your brain jump to? I promise there's more than 50. Gray. Is it with an A or an E? Gray, gray, gray. Not yet black, not yet white, and in between, the gray space. Nothing is ever black and white. Everyone has grown up hearing those words. Nothing is a yes or a no, and humans are constantly looking for a definitive answer. But there never is one. From multiple choice to true or false, nothing is ever definitive. Now take the world, a blending pot of diversity. We beg and plead like Martin Luther King Jr. for diversity. Constantly, we are fighting for diversity, but we never bask in the glory of what we have achieved, of what we were born with, of what we still fight for, the gray that lies within the black and white. Gray. The wage gap, an uncomfortable topic. Pink tax, abortion, black, Asian, Middle Eastern, blue lives. An American police officer lured and killed for one photo. This life, these lives, aren't just black and white. Take a step back. Think of every argument, every side you thought was right, that yes, you praised, and that no, you despised. Did you ever think about the other side? Your mother told you to walk in someone else's shoes. The closest you ever got was taking your father's to get the groceries from the car. But it's not black and white. Your life is just as different from those around you. Shouldn't they try your shoes for a mile? Children, the innocent, the blind, skin doesn't make a difference. God is just as real as a boogeyman. Children see in gray. They love the questions and answers of the world, but the rest of us are annoyed. No, don't talk to that man. You can't hang out with them. They aren't the same. I don't have time for this. Can we talk about it later? There isn't a but or a maybe. It's a yes or no question. Adults grew up. They lost their love for the gray. We love the deep conversations of existence until we don't have an answer. Until the conversation doesn't make sense. Until we're covered in gray and the black and white lines are lost. We get uncomfortable. We think we want to know everything. That's why when we don't have time, we fast forward to the end of the movie. We already know that the citizen sin's safe and the Joker's in jail, but we enjoy knowing the answers. The details are just the road to get there. We talk about space as if we've seen it all, and our closest idea of an alien is whether or not the country shuts its doors on them. America's red and blue politics, where purple is unheard of. So rigid, we've made the primaries only open to the red and blue. So pick a side. It's a yes or no. But we have radicals. We have independence, we have green parties, we have men and women shaking up the systems. Greta Thunberg, nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize at the age of 16. Our gray-seeing children are blurring the lines. They are erasing social stigmas. They are blurring gender roles. They are dragging us into a world where not knowing is an acceptable answer. Teachers push their agenda, their opinion, their view. Mom says, it's my way or the highway, and the highway's dangerous. But when do the black and white blend? Let our shackles of memorization be broken. Allow your mind to wander to the unknown. Be confused. Let someone else know the answer. Let your mind meander past the lines of the black and white. Break that cycle. Look to Elie Wiesel, a man dragged through the hells of the Holocaust, just about bounce back to the other side and open the eyes to the world of prejudice and hate. He lived in gray. He saw the black and whites of the world and still chose the unknown. Even as he ran through the blizzard, saw and trampled over the dead, his life flashing before his eyes, he took uncomfortable to a new level. His blood ran gray. So learn from your ancestors, those who battled the black segregation of the South. Learn from men and women like Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks. Learn from veterans that fought for your safety and security. Learn from men like Chris Kyle and Marcus Luttrell. Stand in crowds. Let your voice cry, loud enough to shatter the glass and the black and white glass, and let the shards of gray rain down. These people fought so you could question the world. Their sacrifices were made in hope that America would blend their binaries, eradicate stereotypes, forge new relationships that cross boundaries put in place by hatred and insecurities. Strive for love. He loves me not. Teach our children that love is a passageway to the future. It is with love and acceptance that the world can become a place of MLK's dream. But love is gray. The melding together of two beings, a new life that springs from one person, wholly and fully accepting another, with their flaws, with their mistakes, with their ill views. That love will drive a new population towards change. That our differences will melt away. Our true childlike selves will be revealed. Our eyes will see the world with character. We will blend the world. And while our grandfathers wallow in their valley of despair, we will march forward, blend together all the colors of the rainbow, the blue lives, the black lives, to create a society, a world filled with love, a world where our generation and our children's generation will thrive, a society where anyone, no, everyone, is accepted for what lies beneath their skin, where character trumps skin tone. The future is in gray, and it's up to us to change it. In the words of Martin Luther King Jr., freedom will reign. Freedom to live as you please, to love as you please. No single picture will alienate one from another. With open arms, our children will accept their neighbors and let our hearts pour out to those who need it. Question your stances. Listen to those who surround you. More importantly, allow your life to be in gray. Allow your mind to wander. Life is not just black and white.
whole dynamic of the show. You know, me, Jason, and Lona, all having fun and just listening to the pitches.
Look, it wasn't anything personal. It's just you guys aren't getting that good of ratings anymore. I figured a little bit of fresh blood on the show could spice things up. You know, could be a good thing. I mean, could you at least give the new judge a shot?
Well, can you at least tell me you've got the boot?
Hey guys, when do we start shooting?
Just a minute.
Oh, come on. You cut Lona, but not Jason. No offense.
How would I not take offense to that?
We're on in 5.
What's going on, guys? Sorry I am late.
Hey, you the new panel member?
Yeah, man, I'm stoked to be here.
Well, you better bring your A game. You're replacing one hell of a cast member.
Lona was CEO of a paperclip company. You'll do fine, kid. We're on in a few minutes.
Welcome to Sink or Swim, the show where up-and-coming entrepreneurs come seeking investments for their local business. Will these pitches be good enough for these 3 millionaires to take the bait, or will they be going home with nothing? Before we find out, let's introduce our 3 judges. We have Amy Schergenbergen of the Internet Shopping Network, Jason Yeshmanson of Yeshman & Sons Productions, and introducing our newest judge, Alan Hakeman of Allen Productions fame. Now let's bring out our first contestant, a stay-at-home mom with the next big thing in fashion.
Hello, my name's Christy Nurbroom. I am here looking for $600,000 for 10% of my company.
And what would that business be?
It's called Hamster Hats. Let's face it, everybody has had a hamster at least once in their life. Believe me, I checked. I mean, who couldn't resist those cute little faces, tiny bodies, and their portability? They are truly the gold standard of pets. But there is still something that hamsters are lacking. Their customizability. Once you buy a hamster, they're gonna look like the same base model throughout their entire life. But with hamster hats, all that goes away once and for all. Wait for it. Not that part. Look how happy it is. We're so happy. Wait. And as you can see, this opens up a world of possibilities for the hamster industry. So I would love it if you guys would invest in my product. Thank you.
So, Christy, you'd say your business is worth $60 million, is that correct?
No, the hats are 100 each.
Well, in order for 10% of the company to be worth $600,000, then the whole company would need to be worth $60 million.
Well, a part of why I'm coming to you guys today is because I'm not really familiar with all this kind of stuff, and I need someone who's like in the industry.
So for this year, what have your sales been like?
So we actually haven't hit shelves yet. I only have like 1 hat right now, and it's on my little angel right now. May he rest in peace.
Oh, sorry for your loss.
No, he's at home sleeping. But if he's not in bed by the time I get home, he's really gonna be dead.
Right. So, Christy, does your company have an Instagram or a Twitter?
Yes, I run the official at Hamster Hats 215. At Hamster Hats Official was already taken.
And does your company have a... What's the like ratio on your latest post?
Well, actually, we just reached our highest turnout of 13 likes, which is our highest turnout. Oh my gosh, did I mention that? We're projecting 5 more likes by the end of this fiscal quarter.
That's good. And how many followers are on the page?
We have about 28, right? 27 followers right now.
Look, it seems obvious to me that you really don't have a plan for your company yet. I wish you the best going forward, but I'm sorry, I'm out.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, quite frankly, you don't seem to know what you're doing, and you don't have much business together. And for that reason, I'm out.
Okay, Alan?
Okay, what's going on, guys? I do not know what they are talking about because I, for one, loved it. And let me tell you the top 3 reasons why I liked it. Number 3, you were organized. Number 2, you're passionate. And number 1, I got a cute hamster at home. And I think you would look adorable in one of your hats. Therefore, I'm going to invest.
Thank you so much, sir. You won't regret it.
Don't you want to think about this?
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. And just for you, I'll make a personalized hamster hat with your face on it.
Well, I'll make sure it gets unboxed properly.
Okay, stop it.
Well, I think you've got a great thing going here. And if we can get you to collab with the right people, your stuff will go viral overnight.
Oh my god.
Why don't we talk about it more outside?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, we're both in agreement that was a horrible deal he just took, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who the hell is this guy anyways?
I don't know. I'll look him up.
I mean, what, is this his first day?
Well...
You should never take the first offer, especially if there isn't even a product to speak of. Didn't that hamster girl say she only had one hat made?
I really do not care.
And meanwhile, she's pricing her company sky high when she doesn't even have an established brand yet.
Oh my god.
What?
I just found this guy's YouTube page.
Oh, I thought you found out what his business was.
No, he has over 2 million subscribers.
No way.
I think he's a YouTuber.
What's up, guys? It's your daily vlog, and that's vlogs every day. I'm here with my first client, Christy. Say hi, Christy.
Yeah. Oh my god, Jason, I think this guy's a YouTuber.
How did he get on the show?
Is there really that much money in internet content?
I don't believe for a second Alan knows how to tie a tie, let alone run a business.
I mean, yeah, but he's gotta get a lot of clicks on his stuff if he's here.
Yeah, making videos like, quote, try not to laugh prank, gone wrong.
Okay, that's not good.
Quote, dabbing at cars until they honk challenge, parentheses, one does. Watch until the end, dot, dot, dot. And then there's nothing else. There's no end to the thought. Did I mention all of the red circles? Because there's a lot.
Okay, that's not great. It's not great. It's really not great.
Oh, and who could forget, quote, donating money to charity.
Okay.
After teaching sick kids even sicker vape tricks.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh, parentheses, emotional.
He's definitely gonna take our ratings, isn't he?
Alan, get in here. We're rolling in 5.
Our next entrepreneur hails all the way from Nebraska to pitch what he calls the wave of the future found in the past.
Oh no,
Hello, my name is Carwin, and I'm here looking for an offer.
Okay, what are you looking for? What are the estimates on your company?
See, funny story. I actually, don't have a company. Yet.
So you're independent.
Excuse me, if you don't mind me asking, why are you here?
Okay, so, I have this idea for this thing that, I can't remember the name. It was like a big toy in the 90s. I think it was green and like goopy. Is goopy a word?
I think so.
Don't encourage him.
Was that directed towards me or him?
Yes.
Sir, do you have anything prepared?
Look, I just don't think I'm describing it well.
Yeah, clearly. I'm out.
I'm out.
Listen, man, just take your time. It'll come to you. But in the meantime, how does a 6-figure deal sound?
Thanks, man. I always knew I could do it.
Do you know what this guy was describing? Because I'm pretty sure it was the Nickelodeon slime.
Whatever it was, it's gonna run us off the air. If Alan keeps faking these deals, we're toast.
You're right.
So are we good? You still rolling?
Oh, yeah. I cut like a minute ago. I just wanted to see how long you guys would go for.
Oh, sick!
You know,
Dude, I hope he thinks of something one day.
Alan.
Okay. Alan was my father. You can call me Alan Productions.
Right. Okay, Mr. Productions. You know you don't have to bid on every deal, right?
I see what you're saying.
Really?
You're just salty that I'm winning this challenge.
What? No, there's no challenge.
Then why is there a camera right there?
Because it's a TV show. Could you please take this more seriously, please?
All right, fine. Thank you.
We're rolling in a few minutes.
Our next entrepreneur is...
Freeze! Hands in the air.
Oh no!
Jason, where are you going?
Amy, I am not dying for this.
So you're just gonna walk out?
You're right, that's right, I'm out!
Hey, wallets now.
Not so fast. I'll give you 33 1/3% of what's in my wallet for 50% of the equity of the whole robbery.
70% of the wallet for 60% equity.
What are you doing?
I'm winning the challenge. 50% equity, 50% of the wallet. Final offer.
Sure.
You want to redo that?
No, it's fine, it's fine.
What is it?
It's a prank.
What the hell is happening?
Oh, you should have seen the look on your face. You actually thought it was a robbery. We pranked her so good.
Ellen, are you a psychopath?
Amy, relax, it's just me. Lona.
Hold on. What the hell? I thought we were cool, man.
We met in the green room.
Yeah, I especially love Alan's daily content. Oh, especially that one where you reacted to Crazy Frog on a loop for an hour.
That was hilarious.
Okay, yep, I've had it between the pranks and the pitches. Do you take any of this seriously?
Hey, whoa, chill. It's just a prank.
We're gonna lose all of our show. All over what? A stupid video with a stupid thumbnail and stupid red circle and a stupid what?
Our ratings are stupid good right now. We haven't had a hit like this all season. You guys are on fire.
Wow. Hey, Lona, could you wait for me in the green room a little bit?
Yeah.
Ellen, you know I'm not actually mad, right?
Really?
Dude, it's just a prank!
Oh, man.
Cut.
The Last Slice was written and directed by Brian Barlow and starred Carter Saratani, Allie Katz, Michaela Brown, and Bryn Daniels. Modernity Has Failed Us was written by Alexandra Perfilio and performed by Magnolia Jones. When Love Never Comes was written by Emma Holbrook and was performed by Ashley Jordan, Brian Barlow, and Alexandra Thornton. Back to the Water and Fears were written by Thomas Ziagos and were performed by Mackenzie Allred. The Manager was written and directed by Jeffrey Barlow and starred Adam Tinkleman, Jessica Chopko, Jeffrey Barlow, and Brian Barlow. The Undone World was written by Bridget Jubon and performed by Tundra was written by Megan Healy and performed by Ellie Jordan. Zinnias was written and directed by Zoe McGlynn and was starring Hunter Oki and Kylie Schultz. Imperialism and World were written by Nihal, Arslan, and was performed by Mackenzie Allred. Mess was written and directed by Alexandra Thornton and starred Ashley Jordan. That's Entertainment was written and directed by Katie Jordan and starred Emily Kneffel, Avon Story, and Ellie Jordan. Chaos was written and directed by Emily Mott and starred Ariana Simpson. MLK and Gray were written and performed by Alexandra Thornton. And Broadcast Your Wealth, Emotional, was written and directed by Sawyer Rippon and starred Jessica Chapko, Emily Kneffel, Jeffrey Barlow, Adam Tinkleman, Sawyer Rippon, Alexandra Thornton, Christian Wieland, and Isella Pasco. I would also like to thank our lighting and sound and stage crew, Angelo Fazio, Anthony Fazio, Nate Wilson, Josh Snyder, and Ethan Levine, and our film crew as well. Thank you all.
And thank you, Mr. Monahan!
Drive safely. Thanks for waiting this out with us.
Reveal yourself!
Yeah.